And so in verse 9, it says, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. In other words, the end of your faith is salvation of souls. The end of your faith is not money in your account. It's not the car you buy. It's not the house you build. It's not the promotion you get. It's not the testimony you share. It's none of that. It's the salvation of your souls. In other words, if I come to church and I am not saved, it's a waste of time. The end of it, the summary of you knowing Jesus is the salvation of your soul. In other words, it becomes a waste if I don't make heaven after all of this. The consciousness of that salvation must be part of our life. Wherefore, guard up the loins of your mind. Because you can say, well, I'm saved. Thank God. Wow, the inheritance is waiting for me in heaven. It's reserved for me. He said, but look, you need to guard the loins of your mind. In other words, your mind, when you allow it to go crazy or let it loose, can mess up the salvation of your soul. You are saved, beautiful. On your way to heaven, beautiful. You know Jesus, thank God. You have all these visions written down in your diary, beautiful. You are called as an apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist, wonderful. Wherefore, guard up the loins of your mind. So, what this is telling us is that the mind has loins. Now, what does it mean when it says loins of the mind? Now, you remember the scripture that says, and the hand of the Lord came upon Elijah, and he gathered up the loins of his robe. You remember the scripture? Because he was going to run. And the Bible says he overtook the chariots of Ahab. Without gathering up those loins, even though the hand of the Lord is upon him, he wouldn't be able to run. Remember the Bible says he created the heavens and the earth by merely stretching forth his hands. The moons and the stars and the sun, placed them there with his fingers. Just put them in place. So that same hand that created the heavens and the earth, the galaxies, the stars, and all of that, came upon Elijah. So the hand of the Lord came upon Elijah, but he needed to physically guard up the loins of his robe. So you are anointed, you are called, endowed, endued, the man of God, the woman of God. If you don't guard the loins of your mind, you're going to be in trouble. So what loins represent is that there are some loose ends, loose things hanging here and there, weights that won't allow you to be effective in the things that has called you to do. They say, wherefore God? Then someone will say, God help me. You know I want to serve you. Until Sister Sube came, I was serving you. When she came, God is not going to help you guard up the loins of your mind. What God will do is he will anoint you, enable you, appoint you. The hand of the Lord came upon Elijah. That anointing did not help Elijah to supernaturally remove the loins and the garments and bring it. No, he gathered up his loins. Come on, tell me it's your responsibility. Come on. And some of us want to push this thing on God. God, you know I want to serve you, God. Help me. Don't let me have urge again. You will have urge, my friend. You are supposed to control. You are supposed to control the urge. I bind this urge. It will bind. Your wife is not going to help you guard up the loins of your mind, because your mind is your mind. I know your wife is your helper, but she won't enter your mind. That's your responsibility. Your husband will do it for you. Look at what Amplified says. Before we leave that phrase, Amplified says, so brace up your minds. Brace. As carpenter, I said about brace it. Then they will use some other wood and use it to shock the scene so that so when it's not being braced, maybe it's a stool, the stool will do like this, so you take it to the carpenter and say, "Jabba, brace it." So the carpenter will say, "It will be fine to go extra brace it, fine, collect Jennifer." So the carpenter take other sticks and then put his hammer, and then the stool is standing. Some of you need to brace up your mind. Your mind is really like this. Another word for brace is what men use. They call it braces, right? You put it on your trouser, across the shoulder, to hang your trouser in place of belt, isn't it? Meaning that brace is not there, what's going to happen? Shame is in the offing. Message translation. Roll up your sleeves. Put your mind in gear. Your mind has been in neutral for a long time. Some people's mind is in reverse. You have to be sincere with yourself. Because this is a problem. The mind can deceive the mind. Back to KJV in verse 13, it says, wherefore guard up the loins of your mind. I'm going to read Amplified. It said, brace up your minds. Then in verse 14 of KJV, it began to tell us how to guard up the loins of our minds. It says, as obedient children, not fashioning yourself according to the former lusts in your ignorance. In other words, you guard up your loins by completely divorcing the things you used to do when you are an unbeliever before you give your life to Jesus. We have to consciously see, when they say brace up yourself, they say ma facial space. Gbogbo ibi tó lè sag tí ó lè wà kàn pa pẹ̀lú ìṣó. Kàn pa. Brace up your mind. Kàn pa. Tell your neighbor, kàn pa. That the guy is asking for sex. Oh, sáyé, wọ́n ti kàn. That your girlfriend looks at you and say, hey, what's wrong with you? Is it that you are no longer fertile? I think you are impotent. This one like you are just speaking in tongues. You are not touching me again. What can you? What can? What the compa? When the devil is trying to bring depression into your mind, Osaye, Atiko. Somebody with me here. Brace up your mind. What the compa? Tell your neighbor what the compa. All this one I say, I'm yielding, I yielded. Is Satan that tempted? Kosaye! No wonder the Bible says, give no place to the devil. No space. You need to be tough and be brutal with yourself. And you know Jesus, the profession he practiced on earth was carpentry. Your wife is doing moody mushy and wants to get irritated and one man to come. Komasaye, me overly react, want to come power. At least your husband that is getting cranky. I say, dear, me overly react, want to come. Want it come out, or your fiancé is trying to get you angry on the phone, and then, instead of you to get angry, why are you irritating me? You cannot irritate me again. Want it come? I say, you cannot come. I want it come. Guard up the loins of your mind. Guard up the loins of your mind. I'm about to run. Any distraction, I'm not ready.